All change starts with an idea. When I look around, all I see is change. Change has brought large companies to our city, more art to our walls, more people move here every day, it seems like. But change has also brought a lack of access, a lack of affordability, no more room for the culture or the people that laid the foundation that we walk on. But I choose to think less about the scarcity and more about the opportunity. With our new vision at Green Spaces, we preserve what was simply by being here, but we build for the future by being the change that we want to see. I'm Javon Taylor, CEO, owner of Green Spaces. We're a community hub here in Denver, looking to provide resources for local businesses, local artists, as well as just underrepresented groups here in the city. The journey to get to this point really was me first starting off with my company, False Ego. It's an eco-friendly clothing brand where we really built a solid community where we dove into different environmental initiatives, from methane recapture to urban restoration projects to reforestation efforts, and from there, we really were known for building creative and community spaces. And we kind of took that another level here with Green Spaces. I bought the business last November, took over as CEO this January, and we got a whole new concept coming this fall. So I got a new team and we're ready to build. I think it's important to build spaces out here in Denver because, I think a lot of us, we lose a lot of talent due to other cities. People leaving to DC, to New York, to LA, because they feel like they don't have places here to build. They don't have, community spaces. And with Green Spaces, that we're looking to kind of redefine sustainability and what that looks like. I think sustainability goes way beyond just saving the trees and saving the turtles. It's how do you retain talent in your community? How do you create ecosystems? And that's what we're looking to build here. So beyond just giving resources, we're providing financial assistance, legal assistance, etc., in order to help these businesses grow from just being a small business to something that can scale, or helping a local artist being somebody who nobody knows to being, represented in multiple art galleries, things of that sort. And I think that's why it's important to, change the trajectory of the creative scene here in Denver.
When you talk about redefining sustainability and how that goes beyond saving the turtles or saving the environment, what does sustainability mean to you?
Yeah, I think Green Spaces really dives into, building upon what sustainability is, diving in more into community development as well as economic development, providing access to prominent retail space in an area that a lot of small retailers can't afford to be in, but also beyond that, creating access to a pipeline where they can graduate from a small square footage to larger square footage here in the neighborhood, as well as allowing the community members to support local businesses that keep the dollar circulating within the community. I think that's really important, as well as providing space. I think community spaces lack, and access to community lacks here in Denver. There's a lot of micro movements, and here we're looking to unite a lot of those micro movements or individual efforts here in one common space.
What do you see the future of the company turning into?
Well, when we talk about the future, we have to first revisit the history of Green Spaces and how it's solely been known for just co-working. And I think building a whole new concept where it's going to be co-working as a portion of it, but we're building a community hub. And I think the future of that is filling gaps in communities. So the gap we're filling in this community is the lack of access to affordable retail space and studio space for local artists. But other parts of the city, other parts of the country where there's gaps need to be filled for other underrepresented groups. I think that's the future of Green Spaces, really diving into different communities and providing unique spaces, gathering spots, community spaces, creative spaces for these different communities.
I'm Angel. I'm the creative director here at Green Spaces. Basically what that means to me is that I'm in charge of telling the story, our story, and the history of Green Spaces and what that means for the community. I'm really excited to start Green Spaces because I feel that in the future there's going to be a true community hub. At least in this area in particular, I think in the Five Points area, there's something that's needed to just retain talent, retain community, and just be a general hub and a headquarters for this place. I think I've always wanted to be a part of a community building centers and organizations. And so, I think there's a gravitational pull between individuals of like-minded ideas. And so talking with Justine and Javon about what they had envisioned for Green Spaces, I just thought it was amazing, and I thought it's something that I definitely needed to join. The thing I'm most looking forward to is creating a mainly a pipeline of artists and local business owners through this space, as well as just creating a movement of starting green infrastructure through this to this area that it desperately needs.
My name is Justine, and I'm the Director of Operations here at Green Spaces. So I do a little bit of everything. I really focus on making sure our customers have a great customer experience, as well as internal processing, just making sure that things run smoothly for me and for the whole Green Spaces team. And I am the face that people see when they walk in the door. So my vision for Green Spaces is really for it to be a community hub. I want it to be a place where people can come and they feel celebrated and they feel welcomed, and also a place where we're able to provide them resources so they can level up in their personal lives and in their businesses.
Why did you join Green Spaces?
So I joined Green Spaces because I really wanted to be a part of something bigger outside of myself. I wanted to be a part of a team that really wants to make an impact in the community, specifically for those who don't have the resources that others may have. And I have always had a passion for helping people, so for me it was a no-brainer.
What does the future of Green Spaces look like to you?
The future of Green Spaces, to me, looks like a place where people can come and they will feel welcomed, in a place where we can really just provide a lot of resources for people, whether you're a solo entrepreneur, whether you work for a business, just a place where people can really connect and use each other's resources to, become the best that they can.